Hello everyone, welcome back to Crafty Crochet Castle. There's pumpkins everywhere and it's pumpkin season again, so I decided to crochet some pumpkins. Here I have crocheted 3 different sizes of pumpkins. This is small, medium and large. In this video, I'm going to show you the pattern to crochet this medium sized pumpkin. This pumpkin measures 5 inches wide and 4 inches tall. The patterns for all 3 sizes is available in my Ravelry store, so make sure to check that out. I do recommend you to watch this video if you are a complete beginner so that we can get you started working on your medium sized pumpkin. Let's create magic with yarn. To crochet the pumpkin, I'm using worsted weight yarn in 2 colors, orange and brown. A 5mm crochet hook, scissors, yarn needle, stitch marker and some polyfill stuffing. Now let us get started working on a pumpkin. So I'm taking my orange color yarn. I'm going to hold the yarn like this and do a magic circle. To do a magic circle, I'm going to wrap the yarn around 2 of my fingers like this and cross it over at the point where both the yarn meets. So this end is the yarn coming from the skein and this one is the tail end. So I'm going to pinch it over here, insert my hook inside this ring, yarn over and bring a loop. Next, I'm going to yarn over and bring a loop through this loop. So there we have formed a magic circle. If you notice, there'll be a ring here and a tail. We'll be working on the yarn that comes from the yarn end. This ring is adjustable, and now let's begin working on round 1. For round 1, I'll do 8 single crochet inside this ring. To do a single crochet, I'm going to insert my hook inside this ring, yarn over and bring a loop. So now I have 2 loops on my hook. I'll yarn over and bring a loop through both the loops at once. This stitch is called a single crochet, and I'm going to do 7 more single crochet inside this ring so that we'll have a total of 8 single crochet. Once we've completed 8 single crochet, if you notice, it doesn't look like a round anymore. So I'm going to pull this tail so that we can close the opening. This magic circle is adjustable, so we can adjust it by pulling this tail. So now I have completed round 1. If you notice, we have a little circle here which is not joined. So for this pattern, we'll be working in rounds, and I'm not going to join at the end of each round. We'll be continuing our work on the stitches over here. So to mark the end of each round, I'm going to use a stitch marker. You can use a stitch marker to mark the end of each round or the beginning. I'm used to marking the end of each round, so I'm going to attach it over here. By using stitch markers, we can skip the counting in our head, and it's easier for us to complete each round. Now let us work on round 2. For round 2, I'll do 2 single crochet in every stitch around. So this is my first stitch. In this stitch, I'll do 2 single crochet in the same stitch. So I'm going to insert my hook in the stitch, do a single crochet, and I'm going to insert my hook in the same stitch, do another single crochet. So here I have 2 single crochet in my first stitch. I'll repeat this for the remaining 7 stitches. This round 2 will have a total of 16 single crochet. If you do not have a stitch marker, you can use a safety pin, or you can use a piece of scrap yarn itself. I would recommend you to use another color yarn so it's easier for you to watch the end of each round. So here I am at the very last stitch over here. At this point, I'm going to remove my stitch marker and do 2 single crochet in the last stitch for this round 2. So now I'm going to take the stitch marker and mark the end of my round 2. So sometimes the magic circle will open up. All you have to do is pull the tail to close it, and see there the end is closed again. So now let us work on round 3. For round 3, I'll do 2 single crochet in my next stitch. The stitch is over here, and I'll do 2 single crochet in this stitch. And on the next stitch, I'll do 1 single crochet. So this is the repeat pattern for this round 3. The pattern is 2 single crochet in the next stitch, followed by 1 single crochet in the next stitch. This round will have a total of 24 single crochet. Once again, we are down to the last stitch, which is marked by the stitch marker here. I'm going to work my last single crochet in this stitch. Now let us start working on round 4. For round 4, I'll do 2 single crochet in the next stitch over here. Followed by 1 single crochet in the next 2 stitches. So I'll do 1 single crochet in the next stitch and 1 single crochet in the other stitch. This is the repeat pattern for this entire round, and I'm going to follow this until I reach the end of the stitch marker over here. The repeat pattern is 2 single crochet in the next stitch, followed by 1 single crochet in the next 2 stitches. This round will have a total of 32 single crochet. Now let us work on round 5. For round 5, I'll do 2 single crochet in the next stitch, followed by 1 single crochet in the next 3 stitches. This pattern is the repeat pattern for the round. The repeat pattern is 2 single crochet in the next stitch, followed by 1 single crochet in the next 3 stitches. I'll do this until I reach the end of the stitch marker over there, and round 5 will have a total of 40 single crochet. For round 6, I'll do 2 single crochet in the next stitch, followed by 1 single crochet in the next 4 stitches. 1, 2, 3 and 4. So this pattern is the repeat pattern for the round. The repeat pattern is 2 single crochet in the next stitch, followed by 1 single crochet in the next 4 stitches until I meet the stitch marker over there. And this round will have a total of 48 single crochet. I'll meet you once when I complete this entire round. At this point, I would recommend you to pause the video, complete this entire round with a repeat pattern, and then meet me after you're done with this round. This is how the project looks after completing round 6. Now let's work on the next rounds. For the next 8 rounds, that is from round 7 to round 14, I'll be following a repeat pattern. The pattern is 1 single crochet in every stitch around. So basically you have to do 1 single crochet in every stitch for next 8 rounds. Each round will have a total of 48 single crochet, and I'll meet you once when I complete the round. After completing 14 rounds, a pumpkin looks like this. Now let's work on round 15. For round 15, I'll start off with a single crochet decrease or single crochet 2 together. To do a single crochet decrease, I'm going to insert my hook in the next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop. Instead of finishing this single crochet, I'm going to insert my hook in the next stitch, yarn over and pull up a loop. So now I'll have 3 loops on my hook, work across 2 stitches on the bottom. Next, I'm going to yarn over, pull through all 3 loops at once. So there we have completed it as 1 stitch, but we have taken 2 stitches on the bottom. This stitch is called as a single crochet decrease or single crochet 2 together. Next, I'll do 1 single crochet in the next 4 stitches. This pattern is the repeat pattern for the round. The repeat pattern is single crochet 2 together, followed by 1 single crochet in the next 4 stitches. This round will have a total of 40 single crochet. I would recommend you to pause this video, complete this round, and then I'll meet you at the beginning of round 16. Now let's work on round 16. For round 16, I'll start off with a single crochet decrease first, followed by 1 single crochet in the next 3 stitches. This pattern is the repeat pattern for the round. The repeat pattern is single crochet decrease, followed by 1 single crochet in the next 3 stitches. This round will have a total of 32 single crochet. I'll meet you once when I complete this pattern for this entire round. For round 17, I'll start off with a single crochet decrease first, followed by 1 single crochet in the next 2 stitches. This is the repeat pattern for the round, and this round will have a total of 24 stitches. I'll meet you once when I complete this round. This is how a pumpkin looks after completing round 17. You will notice it begins to close up. Now let's work on round 18. For round 18, I'll do a single crochet decrease first, followed by 1 single crochet in the next stitch. This round will have a total of 16 stitches. After completing round 18, our project looks like this. Now you can fill this pumpkin up with some polyfill stuffing. Now let's work on round 19. In this round, I'll do a single crochet, decrease 8 times. This round will have a total of 8 stitches. So now we are down to the last round for the pumpkin, which is round 20. In this round, I'll do a single crochet decrease 4 times. Once when I've completed round 20, I'm going to join here with a slip stitch. To do a slip stitch, I'm going to insert my hook in the next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, and I'm going to pull this loop through the loop on the hook. So there we have finished our round 20 and our pumpkin. Now I'm going to finish off over here, leaving a long tail. We are going to use this tail to form the shape of the pumpkin, so make sure the tail is long enough. So once you have trimmed the end, I'm going to yarn over and pull through the loop on the hook and pull it across. So next, once when I have all the yarn out of it, I'm going to pull this to tighten this up and secure it. So now we have finished our pumpkin. Now it's time to form the shape of the pumpkin. To do so, I'm threading one end in a yarn needle, and let's form working on our shape. It is not necessary to close this opening because we'll be attaching the stem over here. So I'm going to leave it open and then finish working on our shape. So before that, I'm going to secure the yarn over here with a knot. Next, I'm going to find a spot where we can form a shape. If you notice, there'll be some little bumps on the side over here. This is where we worked on a single crochet decrease and increase. So you can choose to work in between both of them. So I'm going to bring my yarn between both the points. I'm going to choose over here. And I'm going to insert my yarn needle through round 2 over here. I'm not going all the way through the center. I would like the bottom to stay flat. So I'm going to insert it in between round 2 and 3 and pull the needle through the center over here. Now pull it tight so that we can form the nice shape of the pumpkin. And once when you have enough space over here, you can tie a knot over here so that it remains secure. So now we have formed one ridge, and now I'll be working in the opposite sides. I'm gonna do 6 such loops over here. Once again, these knots will be covered up by the stem, so you do not have to worry about these being shown. Now our pumpkin is beginning to form its shape. time to weave the tail in. To weave the tail in, I'm going to insert the needle in a nearby spot and pull it across any random space. So now once when I have it, I'm going to take my needle out of the yarn and you can trim it off over here. So there we have finished working on our pumpkin. Now let us work on the stem. Now let's work on the stem. So I'm taking my brown yarn, I'll do a magic circle followed by 7 single crochet inside this ring. This will be my round one. For the pattern of the stem, we'll be working in rounds as well, and I'm not going to join at the end of each round. For the next 3 rounds, that is from round 2 to 4, I'll be following the same pattern. The pattern is 1 single crochet in every stitch around. Each round will have a total of 7 single crochet. After round 2, flip this so that the right side is outside. Now I'll work on round 3 and 4, which is the repeat of round 2. Now let's work on round 5. For round 5, I'll be working on the front loops only. So this stitch is the front loop only. Normally we'll be using both the back loop and the front loop, but I'll use just the front loop. I will do 2 single crochet in my first stitch, 1 single crochet in my next stitch, 2 single crochet in my next stitch, 1 single crochet in my next stitch, 2 single crochet in my next stitch, 1 single crochet in the next 2 stitches. The entire stitches will be worked only in the front loops. So now after completing this, I'm going to join with a slip stitch and finish off over here, leaving a tail. We'll be using this tail to sew the stem on top of the pumpkin, so make sure the tail is long enough. We do not have to stuff this stem. So there we have completed the stem of the pumpkin. So here is the completed stem and here is the pumpkin. The next step is to assemble them. To assemble them, I'm going to place the stem on the center over here, not at the bottom but on the top side, and sew it up. So first I'm going to sew along the outside over here, and then I'm going to sew along the inside. To sew, I'm going to take my yarn needle. I'm going to thread the long tail in it. This manner, I'm going to sew the stem on top of the pumpkin. So I'll meet you once when I complete sewing this up. Here is the finished pumpkin after attaching the stem and weaving in all the tails. This is the medium-sized pumpkin. Make sure to check out my Ravelry store for the patterns for large and small pumpkin. I hope you'd enjoy crocheting this along with me. These pumpkins would make great gifts as well as lovely decors. Please show your support by subscribing to my YouTube channel. Thank you for watching.